to 45 agencies, like basically I've sent off 45 applications, and that is the end of my list, which, I mean, 45 sounds like a lot, but there's a lot of agencies out there, and I promise you I did properly research them. And I was debating whether or not to make a video about the process, about things that I've learned, because I currently don't have an agent at the end of the process. So I was thinking, does it make me look really bad? Like, but then I was looking into the stories of lots of different really famous actors and their journey into the industry. And it's so common and normal to really struggle to find an agent, and I thought it's best not to hide that fact, but to share the truth, because I've still also learned loads in this process, so I thought it would be good to talk openly about it. So don't take this video to think that I'm a bad actor and unemployable, please. Let's just get on with the video. So I applied to 45, and so far I've heard back 13 no's, which I think is quite good actually, because I've heard that a lot of agents, and I've experienced as well, a lot of agents just don't have time to get back to you, and that's fine and that's okay. So I'm glad that 13 took the time to be like, no. So I appreciate it, and one of them actually gave me such useful feedback as to why they can't represent me at the moment, but what I'd need to do in order to be able to be represented by them, which was so kind, and I really appreciated it. I haven't gained nothing either, because one of the agencies I applied to has a scheme that you can audition for people who are not yet ready to be represented by them, but they help you prepare to get to the point where they can represent you. Like, it's a year-long scheme thing. So I'm auditioning for that, which is good. So what have I learned from this process? Firstly, I think I need to get on Spotlight as soon as possible, because I think Spotlight makes people take you a lot more seriously. And Spotlight have new criteria recently, so I think I might be eligible, because you have to either have 2 years of part-time training, which I've been training for over 2 years, or you have to have 2 professional credits, and I think I've got one that definitely counts, and I might be able to find another one. I don't know. So I might be able to get myself on Spotlight, but it's all very confusing. But I think I underestimated just how important that is. Like, it's unlikely that you'll be able to find an agent, I think, without being on Spotlight. But obviously be careful with any advice that I give, because I don't have an agent, and like, lots of people will give you different advice, so just take what you can from this. This is just my experience and what some people have told me. Also, I think my approach to what I put in a reel will be different, because I was putting in short film footage that I thought wasn't my best performance, but I thought this makes me look like I've done work on set. But I think now I'd be more likely to use self-tape footage that is my best acting, rather than stuff that isn't my best acting but it's me in an actual project, because I think self-tapes as well are a big part of the industry, and doing a good self-tape is also valued, and I don't want to be putting acting that I don't think is my best into something and sending it out to all of the agents. Like, I think that was a really big mistake. It's not my worst performance ever, but it's just not the best, so I should be sending my best only. Also, I've gained a lot from using the contacts that I have and getting feedback, especially on the email part of sending out applications, and I hope people don't mind me sharing their advice in a video, but I got told to personalise it a lot more, like really find a connection with the agent so they really feel like you've researched them, and finding a really specific connection is really important. And I think maybe that's one of the reasons why I actually got sent feedback from one of the agencies, was because I'd found a really strong link and connection to them specifically. Although maybe they just send out feedback to everyone, I don't know. And also I learnt to be really direct with what you're asking them for. Like, ask them, I want to have a chat about representation, make that very clear. Also, I think there will be a real benefit going forward in updating the material I'm sending out, like looking over my CV, thinking about how I can present it better. Not that my CV's bad, I don't think. I think my CV's alright, but just looking over that, and maybe getting new headshots as well, because I think next time I apply you don't want to be sending out the same material again, obviously. So I think that's something that I'd look into, getting new headshots. And also I think some agents would prefer me and consider me more if I had formal drama school training behind me, because I have trained in some quite well-respected places like National Youth Theatre, the Television Workshop, but I don't have formal drama school training behind me, so maybe that makes it harder for me to be considered compared to someone who's done a whole 3 years of full-time training. So that's something that I'd consider, because I think it could help me, and having the third year support would really help me. So that's one of the reasons why I'm applying to drama school again this year. Also, I think what says a lot to an agent is inviting them to something. Like, I think you build a lot more of a connection with them if you invite them to stuff, because some agents have said, if you're doing any work, invite us to it. Sorry, we can't represent you at this time. And I think doing a performance and putting it on, or having a short film screening or something, or having something that you've done recently to share with them and showing how you've been recently active in the industry is really valuable. So that's something I'm going to be taking on board, about whether or not I could just do something and invite agents to it, because I think that would have a big impact. I think also I've been told maybe the time of year I sent it out was a problem, because I sent it towards the end of November when people will be starting to shut down for the year. So maybe sending it at a different time of year would be beneficial, but you never know. So that's my thoughts on the whole agent process. It's such a difficult thing to do, but I've learned a lot in the process, and I think if I got more training, and once I get more credits, because I'm still getting auditions, so if I get more credits on my CV, that could really help, and becoming a better actor obviously could really help. So I'm just going to keep working and thinking about things that I could do to make me look really active in the industry and could make me a better actor and a better option for agents, because it's genuinely really hard. Because if you think about it, they've already got a list of clients. Every agent has a list of clients already, so what's the chances that they're going to have a gap that you can fill? It's very low. So I think it's easy to be hard on yourself about this process, but realistically it's just really difficult. But that's what I've learned so far. I'm not giving up, and hopefully this video has been helpful and not made me look really unhireable to everyone, because I am scared. But I think it's important that we just talk about these things, because the industry is not easy for anyone. So I thought I'd talk honestly about it. And if you'd like to share any of your experiences or thoughts in the comments, then I love chatting with people in the comments, so please leave a comment below. If you want to see where I go with my acting journey in the future, please subscribe and support my journey. I'd really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!